New moon, new you. At least that's what the saying is for new moons. It's just this one here actually makes me think more like new moon, new old version of you, or a new way of seeing you. Watch this video, see what I'm talking about, because it's an interesting new moon. So, at the time of this new moon, there is a lot of retrograde energy, which again makes us go back, right? It's taking us back to past versions of ourselves, past things from the past period. But a very interesting and rare configuration that we have right now is the fact that we have the Mercury Kazimi happening at the same exact time as the new moon itself. Like legitimately, this is super rare, guys. It's a beautiful thing though, because it is giving us the ability to connect how we identify our emotional selves as well as our mental selves. Like, this is amazing, but it's not going to be something that is going to happen just like nice and easily, because it is in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a deep, intense, and terrifying sign at times, because if you think about the time that Scorpio falls in our seasons, it's a time of like death and decay. It's something that is definitely necessary to help give nutrients to the soil, which will bring like life later on and help like with the continuation of life. It's just this is like the dark part, right? It's where you've got the transformation, the transmutation, and I'm excited about it. Another thing that can make it a little more intense and maybe harder for this new old version of ourselves, or a new way of seeing ourselves, maybe a new way of like looking at the past, our past, deconstructing a lot of things that are no longer serving us and getting rid of them. Like, there's one thing that is possibly going to make that a little more difficult, and it is the fact that we have, again, that Mercury retrograde, but directly opposing Uranus in Taurus. And Uranus in Taurus is again bringing up past issues that we've had with financial instability, maybe food instability, different issues with that Taurus energy. And like, this is bringing us back. We just had Mercury opposing Uranus and Gemini, and that was a different energy. We're having round two, and the energies have switched. We're going to have to learn how to link these things and see how these different aspects of ourselves are actually playing into each other. We've got Gemini, which is communications, the way that things are being talked about, and it could legitimately be like the way that the media is portraying these issues. Maybe we're going to see, maybe there's going to be like some type of secret revealed or something like that, because we've got the sun together with Mercury and the moon in Scorpio, and giving us the ability to have more information coming out, especially when you've got the connections to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, as well as Jupiter in Cancer. There could possibly be something that's revealed. Another important thing that I think could also help us get to some type of revelation is the fact that Mercury at the time of this is, yes, separating from a sextile to Pluto, but at the same time, he just recently had that connection with Pluto, and is probably bringing some of that energy back into this new moon. And I feel like we can have like some breakthroughs. It can be like some really good stuff that will help us long term. It's just going to possibly be rough and require a lot of work on our behalf. A lot of work on our behalf is definitely more in line with this, because of the fact that we've got Saturn involved, and Saturn requires hard work. He requires dedication and like perseverance, right? It will be worth it though, you guys. There's a lot that's happening in our world, and having the ability to create some emotional and some spiritual stability is a beautiful thing, especially because we're going to go through a lot of big changes, and having some type of anchor or water theme, right, that is strengthened can truly help us, especially when it comes to being able to identify ourselves and like understand the different traumas and things that we've gone through, and how maybe they've affected different areas of our life. And now it's time for us to possibly take down or get rid of some of the things that are no longer serving us, because we go through a lot in life, right? And we're taught all kinds of things, and sometimes those things are they're not good for us from the beginning, or sometimes they serve their purpose and then we just hold on to them because it's what we do, right? And Scorpio is very known for holding things and holding on to them like a death grip, like especially emotions and different traumas and things like that. Scorpio holds on to it. Now we're getting a chance to be able to see and connect like different areas and aspects of ourselves, very important aspects of ourselves, to be able to actually get the opportunity to break the chains that maybe these things have on us. So there are a lot of interesting things happening at the time of this new moon, but like main things are going to be for us to make sure that we do the work, have the hard conversations, think about those things that maybe we don't like to think about, so that we can get to the bottom of whatever's bothering us, whatever is causing us problems, whatever's causing us pain, so that we can let them go. We do have Jupiter in the mix that is going to be able to help give us new insight, to give us a new perspective, and something that can help heal and nurture us, nurture that side of ourselves that needs that nurturing, because Jupiter's in that exalted position and able to really do what he can. And seeing as like this new moon is actually happening closer to Neptune than it is Saturn, there is also the possibility of maybe getting some outside help, some like some spiritual help, or getting like an infusion of new ideas and different ways that you can actually approach this that can be really helpful for you. And another really beautiful thing, I mean, Venus, yes, is in her fall here, and she's not in her fall, she's in her detriment here in Scorpio, but at the same time, she has the ability to beautify things, she has the ability to temper things, create some harmony, and that's likely what she's going to be doing in this area of our lives, to try and make it to where it's not as rough as it can be. I love the fact that we have both Jupiter and Venus involved in this. And Mars, while he is the ruler, isn't making any aspects to this new moon, which kind of is one of those things that makes me wonder how far things will go. But at the same time, he's in the sign of Sagittarius and connecting a lot of this to our beliefs. And I wonder if like we're going to be able to deconstruct or work on different belief systems or different things that about the way that we see things, about the way that we talk about ourselves or to ourselves. Since it's Scorpio, a lot of it goes internally. And since Mars is out there, like maybe some of how we like identify in the world will also be changed during this time. We're going to have a new beginning possibly. People that are going to be most affected by this are going to be people with any planets, angles, or personal points, anything that's between like 25 and 30 degrees of any of the fixed signs, meaning Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. If you've got important things around those degrees, definitely make sure that you're paying attention to this, because this is talking very directly to you. Just so I can kind of like illustrate this for you, like right here we've got this, right? This is where we've got 28 degrees of Scorpio. We've got the Mercury right there as well. If you've got anything like any of these points that would like cause, like, do you see this red line here? That's an opposition. That means that right there is playing in. If you've got anything around there, you're definitely going to be feeling this. But like if you've got anything around these later degrees of either Leo or Aquarius, also will be talking to you. Okay, just wanted to give a quick illustration like how that actually looks at and what you're going to be looking at in your chart. Now I'm going to do a sign by sign breakdown based on your rising sign more than anything, but also sun sign definitely resonates because it's a central like core part of our being. Moon sign might resonate, especially because we're talking about a new moon. I just don't know. If you watch a free moon sign, let me know. Also, thank you so much for watching right up to this point. Make sure that you're following me, make sure you give me a like, and share this with anybody that you think can be benefited by it. All right, we're starting off with you, my Scorpio people, meaning my Scorpio suns and Scorpio risings more so than anything. If you've got like a pile up of planets in Scorpio, this may also apply to you. Scorpios, like this is going to be an interesting time in which you are able to really bring, like, it's like you're able to bring forth like an older version of yourself or something about you, like a version of yourself that you once wanted or you once thought was possible, and just life went a different way and kind of took out that option for you as far as you were concerned. There might be a chance for you to bring that back, or some aspect of like a past version of yourself that can actually help you during this time. All right. There does seem to be a possibility of some types of changes or something like that that have been reintroduced to your relationship sector that may be throwing things off and might be causing some type of opposition to you bringing forth this new version of yourself, new old version of yourself. Make sure that you are aware of that. Also, since this is a new moon that's linked very tightly to Mercury's retrograde, pay attention to the different times of Mercury's retrograde and different things that he did, because they're going to be playing a part in this new beginning for you. Legitimately do what you can to connect to that deeper version of yourself. Use this time to help connect your thoughts and your mind to the way that you feel, the way that you identify as well. Because if you can connect all these different parts of yourself, it will help strengthen you, right? And give you like what you need to continue forward. Also, due to the fact that we've got like the grand trine that's happening here, it's going to be connecting you to things that you create and bring into this world, could possibly be children, as well as like your belief systems. Like all three of these different areas of your life are going to be working together to really help give new life to yourself, all right? So hopefully this resonated. Let me know if it did. Let me know in the comments. Share this with anybody you think could also be benefited from it. And make sure that you are following me so you can catch any future videos. Also, I am a consulting astrologer. If you would like to reach out to me to get a reading, do so. Alrighty, now for my Sagittarius people, meaning my Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius suns, possibly if you've got a pile of planets in Sagittarius, you as well, alright? My Sagittarius people, this is happening, like this new moon is happening in a very sensitive area of your life. It's talking about that area of your life where we have things like self-destructive tendencies, maybe the need for rest, lack of rest. Like that rest work cycle is going to be highlighted during this time. Also, there is a need for you to possibly consider different things about yourself and different things that you've been going through since Mars has been in Sagittarius to help you possibly gauge and maybe link to this energy in a different way. Now, there is a really cool aspect being formed where we've got this grand water trine that is really giving us some supportive energy to making breakthroughs and connections. During this time, this new moon is not only conjunct to Kazimi Mercury, making it to where we can connect like our thoughts, our feelings, as well as like how we identify, like all together, which is amazing. We've got that making a positive connection to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, as well as Jupiter in Cancer. And that's connecting like this 12th house section of our life that I just described to that 4th house, that root and basic and foundational part of our lives, which can be talking about like our family, our parents, our ancestry, as well as our literal homes. Connecting that to our 8th house, which will help us also possibly gain some perspective or add some perspective that we've gained that deals with maybe different past traumas, things with the occult, or maybe debts and things like that that we've been dealing with, and how those things are actually playing out in these other sections of our lives. It's really interesting also that like debts are possibly involved because you've got different changes that are also happening in that 6th house section of life, which talks about day-to-day routines, talks about diet, talks about work, like legitimate work, also people that you employ possibly, and how like there are different changes that are coming back into that section of life, and how that's possibly making it to where like maybe you're not resting as much as you should, or it's creating different issues with getting the rest and the self-care that's necessary. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Do what you can to connect the dots to really understand what you have going on in the 12th house section of your life, because it can help give you some foundational stuff and like foundational strength to make it through like the next few years, which will definitely be possibly quite trying for a lot of people. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it because I give you a whole lot more detail and I go into a lot more. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if it resonated. Share this with anybody you think can be benefited from it, and make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Alrighty, now for my Capricorn people. This means my Capricorn suns, Capricorn risings, and possibly if you've got like a pileup of planets in Capricorn, this may apply to you as well. Capricorns, this new moon is going to be playing out in your 11th house, and it looks like there could be the beginning of a new friendship or like a new friend group possibly for some of you. Maybe some of you will actually reconfigure and really set your life goals towards something that is more in line with yourself and possibly like void of or devoid of like any of those like different parts of ourselves that are kind of built up in protection of ourselves, or just kind of like built up that don't really belong to us, right? That happens a lot when people are trying to protect themselves. They build up the different layers and they set up boundaries that maybe need to be revisited at this time. There is a chance of this new beginning being kind of like interfered with by different changes that you have going on either with your children or with things that you bring into this world, and it can create or like exacerbate like different issues or tensions there. Be aware of that. But do what you can to really connect those different parts of your life that you have the ability to connect at this time, where you set your intentions possibly to really figure out what it is that you want to do with your life, or different things that you want to do with your friends, because this is happening in a very supportive section of your chart. You've got your 11th house working with your 3rd house, and your 7th house where it deals with friends, aspirations, social groups, as well as audiences for people that are creators. Then you've got 3rd house, which is communications, transportation, your neighborhood, siblings. And then your 7th house, which could be like your partner, right? Like all of these different areas of your life are working together to possibly bring forth something new for yourself, and legitimately good friendships, new friendships, and or new life to old friendships possibly, and new life to old dreams and aspirations could be a really good way to use this time. Let me know if this resonated. Again, if you haven't watched the first part of this video, make sure that you go back and watch it, because it can give you a lot more information on a lot of the different things that we have going on here. Thank you so much for watching. Also, make sure that you have given me a like and like all of that stuff. Alrighty, now for my Capricorn people, meaning my Capricorn risings, Capricorn suns, possibly if you have a pileup of planets in Capricorn, I'm talking to you, all right? Now, this is an interesting time because this new moon, first off, if you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it. It'll give you a lot of background, it'll give you a lot of detail that I'm not going to go over here. Now, I like this because we've got your ruler, Saturn, involved in a grand trine configuration with this new moon. So this new beginning can legitimately be a really good new beginning for you, and you need it, all right? Let's face it, like life has just been all over the place. It's been super hard for a lot of you Cap rising. So having something that can help stabilize you and give you like a better foundation is beautiful. I'll take it. And there is still like that trine that's happening from Saturn to Jupiter. Both of those planets are retrograde right now, so where it's like helping you bring back something possibly from your past, or bring back a past version of yourself that is necessary to give you strength for right now. The new moon itself, though, is really interesting because it's got a connection between your thoughts, your feelings, and how you identify, all of those working together at this time. And there might be some opposition coming in from like the things that you create, things that you bring into this world, or maybe like your children, like different changes that are happening there that might threaten to throw things off. But do the work that you can to truly take advantage of this time and help get those breakthroughs, those mental breakthroughs, those emotional breakthroughs, those breakthroughs in how you identify, like all of those important sections of your life have the ability to truly go forth in a new way and be infused with a lot more strength if you use this time to face the facts, to face the truth, to deal with the darkness and truly go forward. All right? Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this resonated. Share this with anybody you believe can be helped by it, as well as make sure that you're following me so that you can catch any future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Alrighty, now for my Aquarius people, meaning my Aquarius suns, Aquarius risings, any of you that have like a pileup of planets in Aquarius, talking to you. If you have a pileup of planets in Aquarius, God bless you. But you guys, this is a great time for possibly bringing new life into your career sector, right? You have the new beginning literally playing out in your 10th house, which is dealing with either your career, your public image, something along that lines. And you've got the sun, moon, and Mercury all together at this point. Mercury Kazimi, so like there's a really important time for this Mercury retrograde that is like just where Mercury's at the heart of the sun and truly like enlightened, right? So you have this enlightened version for your thoughts. Your emotions are also connecting to it, and the way that you shine, it's all coming together, and it's coming together in a place that can really help you out in your relation, in your career or public image sector. Now, there is possibly a chance that something from your home life, different changes in your home life, can come and possibly threaten this new beginning, but I want you to make sure that you're powering through and doing what you can to use this time to give yourself that stability that is necessary, possibly learn to let go whatever it is that isn't serving you during this time, and also possibly build and strengthen and fertilize other areas of yourself that need it, all right? The fact that you've got Saturn, your ruler, involved in this is really important because, let's face it, Aquarius risings especially, but Aquarius people, like, you've probably been going through it for quite a while, so having something to kind of like give you that added strength is something that I think is a win, right? The areas of your life that are going to be working together during this time are going to be the areas that actually talk about like the financial sector. You've got your career, finances, as well as work, day-to-day routines and whatnot. So let these energies work together. Figure out how they are working together for you in a way that can help bring back something for you, possibly like legitimately bringing back past opportunities or something like that that can really help you grow. Make sure also that you understand that a lot of the different changes and a lot of the different like trying times that have been coming through to you since likely March of 2023 are playing into this as well. And a lot of the changes, a lot of things that have been breaking you down and kind of rebuilding you can help in this time, all right? Like there's a lot of energy that's positively flowing in a way that can truly help you transform your life. It's just you have to make the choice to face the facts, face the truth, and like actually transform your life. Again, if you haven't watched the first part of the video, watch it. It may help bring more light to some of this. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know in the comments. Share this with anybody you think can be benefited from it. But also make sure that you save this video and come back and watch it in a couple weeks when you have possibly a better idea of whatever it was that was starting around this time. If you watch it in 6 months, even better. Alrighty, now for my Pisces people, meaning my Pisces suns, Pisces risings, anybody that has like a stellium, a pile up of planets in Pisces, talking to you, all right? This is a very good, like I'm saying good. It could be really destructive, but at the same time, good in the long run, all right? Understand that if it is really hard, which it likely will be, it's for a reason, all right? This new beginning, this new moon is actually going to be playing out in your 9th house, and it's an area that's really supportive of you. It's an area that talks about your beliefs, your philosophy, religion, possibly like travel, foreign travel, and connection to foreign lands and foreign people, right? There is a new beginning happening here that isn't seemingly a new beginning. It's like a revisiting of something old. Maybe you're revisiting old beliefs. Maybe you're revisiting old things. Or maybe like you're deconstructing old beliefs that are no longer serving you and need to be let go of so that you can grow and flourish, right? There's also like some different changes and different complications that are possibly back in your life that had gone away, but then they seem to be back right now. Those different things are also playing in a positive manner or in a flowing manner, and they're going to be teaming up with Jupiter in your 5th house to also again bring forth something good for you. I think that like if you do the work, you can truly bring forth a really good version of yourself that is stronger, that has better boundaries, it has things that are set up in an area that like to a way that can help you flourish and give you the ability to be okay during a lot of the changes and things that we have that are going on. Let me know if this resonated. Oh, really quickly, actually, there does seem to be like some opposition, some possible different issues that are like possibly dealing with finances, possibly dealing with food, or something dealing with values, maybe dealing with your siblings. Like if your siblings are going through something like that, that can make it to where it's kind of hard for you to really push forward. Make sure that you do put in the work and you do realize that the importance of you making these big changes and facing the truth for yourself, because they can truly help you. All right, let me know if this resonated in the comments. Share this video, give me a like, make sure that you save this video also, and then come back and visit it later when like there's more visibility to the moon to where you can possibly see some of the things that have started around this time. But definitely set the intention to fertilize yourself. All right, thank you so much. Alrighty, now for my Aries people, meaning my Aries suns, Aries risings, possibly those of you who have stelliums, like a pileup of planets in Aries, could be talking to you. All right, now there is a new beginning happening in your 8th house, and that 8th house section of your life is an area that talks about debts, talks about death, talks about traumas, possibly the occult as well. And there's something that's being brought back here. There's a new life being brought to something old, possibly. And I think that it's a time for you to like really like lean into this and figure out what you can do to use these energies to the best of your abilities, right? Because you've got the sun, which is how you identify, together with the moon, which is how like you feel, and like a lot of like the the instinctual reactions and like that instinctual part of ourselves, connecting with your with Mercury, which is the mental capacity. Like these 3 areas of your life have the ability to like work together right now and bring forth something new into your life. There is likely going to be like possibly some challenges to this actually coming forth, and you sticking through with it, which I really do hope that you do, that deal with like finances. Maybe like there's different financial instability, different things that have come up here recently that have just kind of thrown off your finances, and it's making it to where it's hard for you to really push forward. Please do push forward, because the foundational stuff that you can get from these changes and really deconstructing these old ways of seeing yourself, these old ways of being that are no longer serving you, or old beliefs, old traumas, like letting them go, finding different ways to like really identify, can truly help you in the long run. All right. There are different sections of your life that are going to be working together. There are sections of your life that are kind of not as visible and not as noticeable for most people, where we're talking about the 8th house, which is hidden. Again, that can be death, debts, taxes, but also other people's money, other people's funds, inheritances as well are involved in that section of life. But then it goes into Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house, which talks about like different self-destructive tendencies, possibly like isolation, the need to rest, the lack of rest for some people. Like that rest and recuperation section is like right here in that 12th house section of life. And then also it's connecting it to your home, possibly your roots, your parents. These three areas of your life are working together, where like there are different things that have been happening in them, but there's a chance for you to really connect the energies and have breakthroughs. Do that in spite of the different issues, the different financial things that are probably throwing you off, stressing you out. Like stressing you out is a big thing. Do what you can to keep the focus and bring forth the intent to bring forth the changes, and really give yourself some more stability, especially emotional and spiritual stability in these sections of your life. All right. Some of you may start new practices, new occult practices during this time, or dealing with occult things. Some of you may just really start resolving your debt. Some of you may start to rethink and reprocess the way that you feel about debt or death and past traumas. Like there's a lot that can be done with this energy. Just do the work. It'll be worth it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this resonated in the comments. Make sure that you watch the first part of this video, because I go into more detail about a lot of this stuff. And also save this video, come back and watch it in a couple weeks, or in 6 months would be even better. So that you can gauge and see what it was that happened around this time, and know that like if you have been sticking through with it, you've possibly been able to really transform your life. Thank you so much for watching. Now for my Taurus people, meaning my Taurus suns, Taurus risings. If you've got a lot of planets in Taurus, I'm talking about you. If you've got a lot of planets in Taurus, welcome back to Hades. Uranus has jumped back into Taurus, and right now you're probably going through it. But actually, that's part of what some of these complications may be, because right now you've actually got the ability to have a new beginning, like this new start or restart to something from your past in your relationship sector. This can be definitely interpreted in many different ways. I'm not touching whether or not like this is dealing with like a past partner, but for some of you, maybe that's a case. For some of you, not everybody. If they're in the past, it's for a reason, more than likely. Anyways, it's me throwing out my own 2 cents there. But like legitimately, we're talking about cycles and patterns, right? And if some of the cycles and patterns have been changed and maybe things are different, possibly. But right now, we've actually got the Sun, Moon, and Mercury, a retrograde Mercury Kazimi, right? Amazing. Where Mercury is getting like enlightened during this time. There's a connecting of different aspects of yourself, to where like you have the ability to have some breakthroughs, right? And maybe understand where maybe different controlling or obsessive or any of those tendencies that you may have in your relationship sector, or dealing with these types of people in your relationship sector, like how that needs to be or can be reevaluated and changed. Maybe you can let some things go, because a lot of times what happens with Scorpio energy is it gets like a death grip on something and doesn't let it go. You in your personal life also tend to do that within yourself. Like you like to hold on to things and not change. There's the ability to have some different things change. And again, something about the different changes that have been reintroduced into your life possibly are maybe going to make it a little harder for you to keep the focus to really work with the different possibilities there in that relationship sector. I say definitely make sure that you do put in the work, do face the truths, do like legitimately like set the intention to connect your mind, body, and soul. Like connect these different sections of your mind, body, and soul. The Mercury moon can be body, and soul, the sun, right? Like connect these different areas of your life and really figure out what you have going on in this relationship sector, because some of you maybe have some like really toxic relationships that you've been dealing with, really toxic tendencies that you have yourself that are playing out in these relationship sectors of your life. Like figure out how to reconfigure this during this time, because you have a lot of support. You've got support coming in from your friends, support coming in from your siblings, or like your neighborhood, your communications. Maybe like you're scrolling through the internet and something pops up and it helps you really make that breakthrough. Work towards maintaining that energy and bringing forth whatever changes need to be brought forth, because it can be a really great new beginning. All right, make sure that like let me know in the comments if this has resonated for you. Share this with anybody you think can be benefited from it. Also make sure that you've watched the first part of this video, because I go into a lot more detail about like a lot of these different things. But for you very specifically, like this has been a very different section, so I'm hoping it's resonating for some of you. Also, make sure that you save this video and come back and watch it in a few weeks, possibly in a few months, like even better in a few months. But like learn to connect and work with your cycles. And right now we've got a new moon. Maybe you won't be able to see what it is that's happening. Maybe you set the intention, yes, but you won't be able to see the fruits of those intentions and whatnot until later. So come back and watch us later, right? If you want to work with me personally, I've got the information right there. Reach out, all right? Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Alrighty, now for my Gemini people, meaning my Gemini risings, Gemini suns, maybe Gemini moons, possibly, but like if you have a pileup of planets in Gemini, this could possibly be talking to you as well. Um, isn't it great to not have Uranus in your first house anymore? I mean, it's in your 12th house, so it's bringing back possibly lack of sleep and maybe changes in the way that you like rest, or the need that you have to rest. Like maybe it's been thrown off again. Maybe some different harder thoughts and whatnot have come back into the picture right now. Do what you can to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But there is definitely something that's being linked to that return of Uranus into Taurus that's kind of threatening to like oppose and make it to where it's harder for you to have this new beginning. That can be a great one for you. Like right now we've got the sun, moon, and a retrograde Kazimi, Mercury, all playing out in your 6th house. And the 6th house talks about like work, talks about day-to-day routines, your diet, possible like physical ailments as well. But like for some people, it may be talking about your pets. Maybe like a new pet comes into your life, or like an old pet comes back somehow. Like I don't know, but there's energy here where there can be a breakthrough for you. Maybe you can figure out different things that you've been doing wrong in this area of your life. Maybe you can deconstruct how different things that you've gone through and different things that you've held on to have been affecting other areas of your life, especially when it comes to like that rest and recuperation cycle, and maybe even like self-destructive tendencies, how all of these things are playing into each other. And you've got the ability now to connect different sections of your life, which again, this can possibly work out in a good positive way for your work, where you've got different things happening in your career section, career public image, as well as your finances, different things or expansion that has been possible at the very least in this 2nd house section of your life, your finances. And that's connecting to the 6th house section of your life, which again is like that, all the stuff that I described earlier: work, day-to-day routines, diet, possibly pets or people that you employ. But all these different areas of your life can work together right now, especially if you really do the work to connect your mind, body, and soul to really figuring out what you have going on here, what it is that isn't working. Because during this Mercury Kazimi time, you've got the ability to really get enlightenment, and that enlightenment can truly make a difference. You're just going to have to make sure you stick the course and not let these different changes that are coming back up in that 12th house section of your life really throw things off. It can be hard. but putting forth the work can truly make it to where it's really worth it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched the first part of the video, again, make sure that you go back and watch that. Let me know if this resonated in the comments. Give me a like. Make sure that you're following me. Also, save this video and come back and watch it in a couple weeks or like in 6 months when a lot of these different things are more visible in your life and you're able to like gauge them a little differently. As for right now though, do set forth the intention of like making this connection and making the breakthroughs, because they can, like, legitimately, we're talking about your financial axis here, the financial triad. And let's face it, finances are off for a lot of people, and having some stability there, maybe dealing with like I think that like for you Gemini risings, it's interesting because you've got the emotional houses or the spiritual houses or the spiritual signs that are ruling over those houses. And it means that there's a really good chance that a lot of the stuff is really dealing with your manifestations, or a lot of the stuff is dealing with like your emotions, and like they really have a lot to do with how these things play out. And if you can reconfigure your connection to these things, you can truly make a difference. And like, it's an important difference, especially as things get more unstable. Like having a bit more stability or like a more stable way of approaching this can truly make it to where like life doesn't crumble as things get like out of hand, right? um, Let me know if this resonated in the comments. uh, Give me a like, save this again, watch it later, and hopefully it resonated. If you want to work with me personally, you've got that right there. All right. Thank you so much. Now for my Cancerian people, meaning my Cancer risings, Cancer suns, possibly even people at the pileup of planets in Cancer, I'm talking to you. All right. There is a new beginning happening here in your 5th house, and I like this configuration. I really do. The areas where this energy is playing out are areas that are supportive of you, right? You've got Jupiter that's been going through your 1st house, that's been trying to help you with like different expansion with your life trajectory, with your way that you see yourself, with your character, right? You've had that going on for since like June-ish. I don't remember when Jupiter entered into Cancer, but since Jupiter's been in Cancer. But now we have this ability right now where the sun is conjunct the moon, new moon, right? And they're conjunct Kazimi Mercury, that is retrograde, where it's bringing back some thoughts that are being elevated because of the position that it is in relation to the sun, where you've got your soul, mind, body, and soul having a connection possibly during this time. Your body, definitely, with that, with the moon thing, because the moon rules over your body. This can legitimately transform your life in so many different ways. Please do take advantage of this energy. But anyways, it's like there's something from the past that's getting a chance to come back and really grab hold this time, especially if you fight to make it happen. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it, because I go into a lot of different details that I'm not going to touch on here, right? But you have the ability to connect these different areas of your life and these different sections of your being to truly bring forth something that can bring forth more stability, right? Especially because there's also a connection being made to Saturn and Neptune in your 9th house, and like the different things and ways that your philosophy, your religion, or your connection to foreign lands, foreign people, or different foreign travel. For some people, foreign travel really does help, and for you that could be the case. Like if you get a chance to like make a trip or do something where you're able to really re-envision life, reconnect to life, like it can be a beautiful thing for you, right? There does seem to be possible changes coming in within your like your friend groups, with your friends, or maybe even with like your hopes and aspirations, like different changes and different erratic things that have come back into your life, that might be making it to where like you don't really, it's harder for you to pursue this. um, what I say do is like set the intention, say prayers, um, do whatever it is that you do to like put yourself in alignment and work towards making this happen. Work towards helping this thing come through you, because it really can be really amazing for your life. All right. Um, Let me know if this resonated in the comments. Give me a like. Also, share this with anybody who can be benefited by it. But save this video and come back and watch it later when you've got like the better ability to like gauge the stuff, because you've been able to see some things better, like in a couple of weeks, or like best case scenario 6 months from now, look back and be like, oh my gosh, like, because you can see a difference. Just set the intention now though to truly take advantage of these energies. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to work with me personally, you got the information right there, okay? Thank you so much. Alrighty, now for my fellow Leo risings, you guys. How are you guys doing? Well, I guess we could say Leo people, right? It would be Leo risings, Leo suns, people with a pile up of planets in Leo. I'm talking to you guys as well. But Leo risings, you guys, this is going to be playing out on our 4th house, like this new beginning, this new life to something old possibly. It's playing out in our 4th house. And that's linking it to like possibly our parents. It's possibly linking it to our homes, our ancestry, right? There's the chance to really have like a lot of good breakthroughs come through. I think that like the universe is trying to prep us for a lot. It's been trying to really help us with like different breakthrough possibilities. Whether or not we've taken advantage of them is completely on us, right? But it does look like there's actually also the Uranus who's popped back into our 10th house, really trying to switch things up in our career section or our public image section, that could be threatening this new beginning, or it could be like opposing it, making it to where it's harder for us to bring it forth, right? But there is something really beautiful in the fact that we have the Sun, Mercury, and Moon all connecting. The Mercury in that Kazimi position where it's like really connected and uplifted, right? Its energies are being like like brought out by the sun. It's amazing. We have the ability to connect our mind, body, and spirit at this time in a way that can truly bring forth a new life in this area, right? Some people may have a chance to really rework the way that they think about their home life, or the way they think about their lineage, or their parents. Maybe their parents will have, some people's parents will have like a new beginning around this time, and they'll have breakthroughs that end up setting up other areas of life to where it's a lot better. There is also the connection being made to Jupiter and in our 12th house, as well as Saturn and Neptune in our 8th house, to where like there may be a chance for some of us to really like rethink possible like self-destructive tendencies or different needs to actually rest, and the importance of rest, as well as having a new approach to debt, to death, and to possibly the occult or different things in that section. There's also a connection to like other people's funds and inheritances that may play a role for some people. So think about your life, think about these different areas of life that are playing in, and see exactly how you can use these energies to the best of your ability, right? I think that for most of us though, it would really be a good idea for us to set the intention to bring forth a new way of like envisioning our lives, our homes, those foundational parts of ourselves that like really do build that foundation, whether it be dealing with like our parents or our homes, or like that really connected self. Like some of us maybe need to really grab or reconnect with our ancestry, right? That might be a thing. Let me know if any of this has resonated. Let me know like that in the comments. Give me a like. Also share this with anybody you believe can be helped by it. And make sure that you like save this video and watch it in a couple weeks when the moon has become more visible and you've got like a different way of like gauging the energies from this new beginning, and then check it again in like 6 months, because life cycles and patterns, like, that's all important. Learn to work with them and you can unlock so much power. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to work with me personally, reach out. All right, thank you so much. Alrighty, so now for my Virgo people, meaning my Virgo suns, Virgo risings, people with a bunch of stuff in Virgo. I'm talking about you. And me, apparently, because I got the ruler of my, whatever, either way it goes. We have a very interesting configuration right now where there is a chance for a new beginning when it comes to like our communications, our siblings, possibly like transportation, or even maybe like our neighborhood, right? The sun, moon, and Mercury are coming together at the same degree And this new moon is going to have the chance of really helping us connect our mind, body, and souls in a way that can help us possibly have like some serious breakthroughs and help us like let go of a lot of things that are not right for us. Like if we have those conversations that need to be had, if we have the come to the realization and actually face the facts, then we can possibly reconfigure this area of our lives in a way that can be a lot more supportive for it later, right? The interesting thing also is that we have like a grand water trine happening at the same time, and it's really connecting like that third house section of our lives to the seventh house section of our lives, which talks about like our relationships, one-on-one like relationships. It could be like business partners, it could be like amorous partner, a romantic partner. It can also be like just clients and things like that, right? And that's also connecting to our 11th house. So like this energy here, it can play out in ways that are really supportive to like us as people, or like you Virgo people as people, and really help like life in the long term, right? It's just there seems to be some interference coming in possibly from the ninth house section of life, which talks about like um, belief systems, religions, philosophy, possibly even connections to like foreign lands and foreign people. There's some type of like different thing that's coming in here, and it's causing some type of interference, which could end up making it to where like you're not as like on point as you should be, or you're not like giving the attention that is necessary for this new beginning. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it, because there is like I go into more details. Actually, one thing that I know I didn't touch on is well, for you specifically, ninth house can be legal things as well, and there could be like different legal tensions that pop back up during this time, and it creates some type of financial instability, and that could be playing into the big picture of whatever it is you have going on. Um, Still, I get that that is really like uncomfortable. It is really like um, hard to deal with, right? But there is still a chance for you to make some breakthroughs. Take this opportunity to really make something happen here, because um, life is changing, and having some stability, especially on like the emotional and spiritual realms, like that can't be like um, de mas, like just extra. Like it's something that could be great. All right. Let me know if this resonated for you. Make sure that you give me a follow, a like. If you want to work with me personally, reach out. Thank you so much. All right, now for my Libra people, meaning my Libra suns, Libra risings, people with a pile of planets in Libra, talking to you, all right? There is actually a new beginning that is possible, like a new life to something old, possibly possible in the second house section of your life. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it, because I go into a lot of details about things that I won't touch on right now. All right, but there's definitely a chance of you making a connection, making a breakthrough when it comes to your finances, right? Finances are a very important part of life right now, especially because a lot of people are being like just squeezed, like the turnip is being squeezed. I don't know. Like there's a lot that's being required of us. So like the cost of everything are going up, and like the wages aren't going up. But there is a chance that maybe you're actually able to make some type of change. It looks like since you do have Scorpio in that second house section of your life, a lot of it can be like legitimately linked to you making some type of doing some type of manifestation, you using some type of alchemy to really bring forth some type of funds in this area of your life. But it seems like maybe there were just things that just haven't been working out for you. There's just something that maybe different beliefs or thoughts that aren't playing out in your favor. And right now you have a chance to possibly deconstruct a lot of like the things that just aren't right in your life, the things that need to be let go. Like you're having a chance right now to connect your mind, body, and soul, Mercury, Moon, and Sun, in a way that can truly help you have these breakthroughs. It's just you have to be committed to making these breakthroughs happen, even though it looks like there's some type of thing that's coming in that's creating tension from like the section of your life that's talking about debts, that's talking about deaths, possibly changes, and maybe like shared funds or something like that also can be like putting pressure on. But please do, like as you enter into this time of this new moon, set your intention to make something happen. Set your intention to have a breakthrough when it comes to your finances, and really put forth your energy to make this happen, because there is support coming through. Even Venus, who's in like a hard place for herself during this time, is tempering and like kind of like making it to where things don't get too out of control during this time. So like do what you can to work with this energy. Let me know if this resonated. Let me know in the comments. Give me a like, share this with anybody you think can be benefited from it, but then also make sure that you save this video and watch it in the future. Like watch it later on to see like how things have played out, but definitely make sure that you do the initial thing by setting forth the intention and then making yourself aware of the fact that there are possibly going to be different changes or things that are coming up. Work towards making it through, all right? Thank you so much for watching. If you want to work with me personally, reach out, all right? Thank you.